Lee, you're taking an Accrington Stanley 11 to Clitheroe tomorrow. How good a game will that be for the lads?
It'll be a really good game, be competitive. We've got 2 teams out tomorrow, but I've obviously won at Clitheroe. Selection of first team players, 21 players, and the better academy players. We're looking forward to it. We know at their level they're strong. They've got players that have been around the block and got league experience. So it'll be a good game. Important we get players out on the pitch in pre-season to get minutes. Sometimes the games can be a bit slow during pre-season, but we know it will be competitive, be of a good standard. So it'll be a real test for us.
How pleasing is it for you to see the academy players coming through? It must be amazing to watch them make the step from the academy into the first team.
Yeah, it's great. That's obviously our job is to develop these boys, give them every opportunity, give them all the clubs in the bag, as they say. Try and expose them to situations that hopefully they'll face regular if they get into the first team. It's great to see. That's what we want to do. We've got a good core of young players coming through, so hopefully they'll get some exposure to what looks like men's football. Young pros that have just moved up from the academy that are experienced training with the first team and now getting men's football, first team level football. So it's a good mix. But no, that's our job, is to get players through and support the first team with as many good players for John and Jed to work with.
And teams like Clitheroe are where, academy players can be sent out on loan to make the grade. So it's good for them to have the experience of going to perhaps a non-league club and seeing what it's all about there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the natural progression is to play men's football at some point. So the timing of when to do it is the key. But obviously Clitheroe's a great club. I know they've had a relationship over the years with a couple of players going there. And like I say, it's a good level of football. So could be a great first loan for a few of them, could be a good breeding ground for them to go and experience it. So hopefully they'll have a taste of it tomorrow and they can see that'll potentially be the next step for some of them. And hopefully light a fire under the backsides to keep working.
The under-18s did well in the league last season. What are you expecting this season?
Just to keep progressing. We're not overly focused on results, which of course we want to win and we want to be competitive, but we want to expose the lads to all situations, different types of formations, different ways of playing. So they're all rounded, that when they do step up, they're not one-trick ponies. They understand how to be professionals, can drop into different formations, different styles of play. So with that, naturally, sometimes the league position can be a bit of a false economy. It's about what we go after and what we're trying to achieve at the end game. But we've got a really competitive group, so we don't have to talk too much about winning and things. They kind of do that for themselves. We just try to stick to the process and just keep developing them.
The likes of Alex Henderson, Dan Martin, I guess all the fans are kind of waiting for the next one, the next players to step up. Do you think you've got a bunch of players now who are, that you can see that have the potential to step up to Accrington Stanley's first team?
I do, yeah. I think we've got throughout sort of under 19, 18 and 17, we've got real good potential. There's always someone comes out of the pack you don't expect. You'll always have someone earmarked that perhaps doesn't meet your expectation, but I suppose that's just the nature of the beast and the way of life. But no, it's an exciting group. We've recruited well this summer. We've brought in players that are projects, players that will develop over time, and that's what they need. They need time. So yeah, it's exciting. In the next couple of years, we like to think that there could be a couple of ones that come through and really affect the first team.